Right, okay, so now you've got NetBeans installed, you've got Java JDK installed, so you should be ready to write your first program in Java. Right, okay, so you should have this screen with a start page. We can get rid of this start page by clicking on the cross there. And we're going to start a new project. So to do that, you go to File, New Project. You want to click on Java, and then Java Application over here, and then click Next. And then you want to give your project a name. I'm just going to call it First Project. There we go. Choose a file location to save it in. Mine's already right. And then down here, it's already got ticked Create Main Class. Now, I want us to untick that, because what that does is it automatically generates some code to help you get started. But we want to write it ourselves because we want to learn how it all works at first. So yeah, so we'll untick that, and then we can click Finish. So I'll create the new project. It'll create your project on the side here. It'll have a source package. So what we want to do is click on this source package, right click, and click New Java Class. Create our first class. Now we have to give this a name as well, so I'm just going to call this First Class. You can call it whatever you want, and then click Finish. So here we have our first class. It's created some automatic comments. I normally just highlight those and get rid of those because they're a bit annoying. And then we've got our first class declaration here. You'll notice it says public class and then the name of whatever you called it, in this case first class. Don't worry too much about what they mean at the moment. It's all about getting started. So for your first class, what we want to do is create something called a main method. Now every application in Java needs a main method because the main method is something that it looks for first. When executed, it needs a start point in your program. So it looks for this main method as the start point, and what we do to declare that is we type this: public static void main, open and close brackets, and then after that we open a curly bracket and close it with a curly bracket. If you just press enter after, it should create it automatically. And then inside these normal brackets after main, we want to type string with a capital letter, open square bracket, close square bracket, space, and then args for arguments. Now as you can see, we've already used lots of different types of brackets, which is a bit confusing at first, but you will get used to it, I promise. So now we've created this main method. Again, it's got loads of keywords here, which don't worry about yet, I will explain them later. But this is your main method, which the program will look for first, and then anything inside here is what it will execute first. This is where the program begins. So what we're going to do is just create a really basic program called a Hello World program. So it will just print out the words Hello World in the output. So to do that, we type system with a capital S dot out dot print ln. Put some brackets, and then we end this statement with a semicolon. You'll soon realize that most statements in Java and in a lot of other languages end with a semicolon, just so the computer knows when the statement is finished. Okay, so in these brackets, in this function, we put some speech marks, and then within the speech marks we type hello world. Or you could type whatever you want, to be honest. It doesn't actually matter what you put in here. So there we go. So this is our first program. We'll compile it and it will find the main method, and then it will print out hello world. So if we save it and then press run, green arrow up here, it's asking us what our main class is. Just press OK and it will run it, and there we go. So it says hello world at the bottom there. So that's our first program. It's created a class, created the main method, and it's printed out hello world. We could change this whatever we want. So YOLO swag, save that, print that out. There you go, YOLO swag. You can write whatever you want there and it will print that out. Yeah, so I'll explain more what these keywords do later, and thank you for now.